Hey guys, today you're going to learn how to create an account with Fiverr and your first ever gig. First thing you need to do is to go to fiverr.com. So here we are, and here you can see become a seller menu or join menu. So in this case we're going to click become a seller. For some reason when you click become a seller, it first creates general account as a buyer, and after you'll have to create a seller account, but we can just do that right now. So once you click join, you will see this module, and you can create account with Facebook, Google, Apple, or directly with a new email. I already have an existing account and it linked to Google, to Gmail, and so for this test I'm just going to create brand new account with a different email. Okay, I added my email and now it asks me for a username and a password. Please keep in mind you won't be able to change your username. I don't know why, but this is how Fiverr works. I didn't know that before, so I just created the username, like silly username, and after I wanted to change it, I was not able to, so I learned that I cannot do that. So I highly suggest you select a good username from the beginning, because again you won't be able to change it. For this test we can just create whatever. And click join. And now our general account as a buyer is selected. So here, for example, if you want to search for services, you will see everything they offer, so you can buy whatever you want. But for our testing purposes, we only do in seller account and creating the gig. So here you can see that you need to activate your account. So basically, if you just registered, you're already supposed to get the email where you just have to verify the account. So it's going to be activated. Usually it's pretty fast, but I read that sometimes it can take up to 2 hours or 24 hours for your new account to be fully activated. And once you click on the profile picture, here you will see more menus, and we are interested in this menu specifically right now. So I click on become a seller, and now we're going to actually create the seller account. But before, I'm just going to activate my account really quick by clicking the button in the email. Okay, this account is activated now, so if I refresh, this message should be gone. Yep. Okay, so now we are going to create a seller account. So I click here, become a seller. And for now, I'm going to skip this, but I highly suggest you watch it, because they're going to tell you good tips for your new Fiverr account. And this is the first step for the personal info. So we have to fill first name, last name, add the profile picture, add the description of the service you offer, and select the languages. Here you can select more than one language. And basically you have to fill everything with which is required. Okay, I quickly filled everything out. So I added first name, last name, profile picture, description of my gig. You obviously need to add the description which is related to your offering service. Try to be as specific as possible, to add as many details as you can, but you only have 600 characters limit, and make sure you use good keywords. So it's very important, and here you can select languages. So we click continue now. Why it's in red? Interesting. Okay, looks like it was some type of a glitch, so I was able to proceed to the next step. And here we have to add our professional information. The occupation, skills, education can be skipped, certification can be skipped, personal website can be skipped. Basically, only required fields are occupation and skills. So here I'm going to select programming and tech, and here I have more options. I'm going to select QA, user testing. Here I'm going to add some skills. Let's do manual testing, experience level expert. Also, you can add more skills here. I'm going to stick to one now and go to the next step. Okay, make sure you added your ears. Okay, so this is really easy to miss, so make sure you don't do that. Here you have to add years of experience. I'm just going to select whatever here to now. Okay, and here. Okay, it looks like it was erased, so I'm going to do that again. Manual testing, expert. And now I should be able to go to the next step. No, I can't. So for some reason, this is glitching sometimes. Looks like it might be glitching because first there was an error and right now it's not really recognizing, or actually we had to click add button. So yeah, probably that was my mistake. Okay. Now you're gonna go to continue here. If you want, you can add some social links, Google, Facebook, Twitter, some other links as Stack Overflow or GitHub. You don't have to do that. Click continue. Here you will have to add your email and phone number. Those won't be shared on your account. This is private. These are private. It's only for verification purposes. And after you're done, you can click continue and create your first gig. Okay, so it looks like it asks for adding, it asks for actually adding the phone number. Let's see. Okay, so it doesn't let me to add the same number I have linked to my existing account. So I don't want that to be banned, and I'm just going to show you next step in my account instead of this. But for you, once you add the phone number and it will be verified, you can click continue and create your first gig. Okay, once you pass that step, you'll see this dashboard, and you'll have to go to here, click my business, and click gigs. So here is a dashboard. Here are all my gigs, and for this testing purposes, we're going to create new gig from scratch. So you learn it as well. And you click create new gig. Okay, so you're clicking on create a new gig, and here we have 6 steps to follow. So here we have to enter our gig title. So I will do something like, I will test your application. So it always suggested to use all the total of characters they offer, so you can include as many keywords as possible. I will test your desktop application, as we have to have 4 words. Here we're going to select the category. I'm going to select programming and tech. Subcategory, let's do mobile apps. Here are some suggested categories, and service type is going to be, let's do this. Keep in mind, you're going to obviously have different selections. So don't be frustrated if you want to see exactly the same, because it is less likely you're going to see that unless you are in the same niche. Okay, here I'm going to select mobile web, search tags. So here we have 5 tags to include maximum, and those tags will be keywords. So just make sure to use good keywords so potential customers can easily find you. So this is a bad keyword. I'm going to do manual testing. And actually, when I start typing, it's going to also show me suggestions. Right now, it doesn't. Testing. Let's do this one, testing. Let's do this one. For this time, I'm just going to choose 2. Click save and continue. Okay, mandatory metadata is missing. Okay, I didn't select this one and this one. Okay, good. Save, continue. Here we have to actually create the packages. I'm gonna create them really quickly and explain how to do that later. Okay, I just created these 3 packages, and basically you can name them whatever you want, and for each package you'll have to have a description. What I usually do, so basic package has less things to do, standard has a little bit more, and premium has way more. You will also have to select how fast you're going to deliver, so it can be 1 day, 3 days, 5 days, whatever. And again, each package will have a different number, and here you will also have some checkboxes, and again, you won't see the same checkboxes or fields, it will be different. And whatever you have, just make sure you add whatever is linked to your service, whatever is related. And so in this case, I'm just going to select few. So I selected few already, and I added the pricing. Also here you have some extra services to choose if you want. If not, you can just skip it and click on save and continue. Okay, we are on the 3rd step. So basically here you'll have to add a brief description of your gig. Okay, I added some description for testing purposes. Again, make sure you use all possible keywords and you describe your service in all details, because potential customers will always have questions, especially if the description is not really good. So you'll have 1200 characters, and ideally try to use all of them. And so we're done here almost, but here is a good section you have to pay attention at. This section is questions and answers. I highly suggest to think about possible questions your potential customers might have. If you have no idea, just Google it and you will get plenty of ideas. And it will help them to get all details right away without sending you messages and waiting for replies. Right now I'm going to skip that and click save and continue. And we are almost done. So in this step, they require you select at least 1 mandatory question. So basically you can add something which we suggesting you, or something from scratch. So I'm just going to choose this one for now. Click add, save and continue. And here are some details for your new gig. We can close this module. And here we'll have to add their image for our gig. You can also add video or some documentation. I create all my images for my gigs in Canva, so basically I'm going to reuse one of them. Okay, here is my Canva account, and here are some other images I already used. So for this purpose, I'm just going to reuse this one but change some details. So I'm going to duplicate the page, so basically it duplicates the same thing. I'm going to change some colors and some text. So let's change this to maybe purple, and here let's change it to different text. So I'll do applications, remove this as well, move this to here, move this to here. Let's change this background color to something else. Okay, green is kinda too much. Let's do maybe yellow. Okay, let's do this. Let's change the size the font, move it a little bit here, and let's change the color to purple, and let's do this also. Let's change it to purple. Okay, and this one, let's see, we can change it to this one. So basically it looks similar, but it's okay for this. And now I'm just going to download it. Another thing to keep in mind that you'll have to make sure it meets the size and requirements in Fiverr. Most likely this one not gonna meet the requirements, so I'll have to compress the image on a third-party website before. Let's see. So I downloaded it almost, and just a few seconds. Almost done. Usually it's pretty fast. Okay, they're almost at the end. Yep, okay, we're done. So now let's try to upload it. And I'm pretty sure it's not gonna work. Okay, downloads. Yeah, so it's 5.1 megabyte, it's huge, so I'll have to compress it. And right now I'm supposed to see the error message. Let's, oh, well, actually it worked. Usually with this size it doesn't work, but we got lucky, so I didn't have to compress it. That's cool. So, and I click save and continue and publish the gig. Done. And we are done. Okay, so here is our new gig. Sometimes when you published and click done, it displays here, but it doesn't mean that it's going to be approved by Fiverr. They do the approval process. They do have the approval process, which can take certain amount of time. Usually it's right away pretty much, because for example yesterday I created a new gig. I thought it was okay, but in a few minutes it was denied. And if it will be denied, you will see the message right here and it will be under denied. But if everything is okay, you will see your gig right here and it will be ready for your potential customers to find on their Fiverr dashboard. And that's the whole tutorial on how to create the seller account and how to create your first gig. Happy selling and thank you for stopping by.